How's it going, guys? Connor aka Ninja, and I'm your coach for Golden State Miniors, and this is week 1 of the PGL. Now, you may be wondering why I'm in a post-com right now, and why I'm not doing the actual live battle. Well, I'll tell you why. Because I want to be like in vivid color. No, but seriously, the issue here is, so I did the live battle, and for one, the live battle almost went to the timer, and I didn't realize that. Trxo told me. We're facing Coach Trxo in the Indianapolis Cobalions. If you want to know what the teams are, or what my team is, definitely go check out the team builder. I break down what I built and why. I'll talk about some errors that I did that I probably should have fixed, but it doesn't matter. Why I did this is the match definitely took about an hour long, but halfway through, my stupid knee, it was my knee, freaking hit my USB hub, which caused it to unplug, which caused, obviously, the USB to unplug. And I plugged it back in, and it said that it kept recording. However, obviously, the file corrupted. That was going to be obvious. So, yeah, the file corrupted. I was just talking to myself the rest of the time. So that's why I'm going to have to do a post-com. No offense, Evan. Love you, bud. But this isn't going to be a normal thing. I love me some live battles. It's just my stupid big legs hit the USB port and unplugged it. But let's go ahead and let's get into this battle here. As you can see, I'll just go break it down one more time. We're bringing Nightwing, Shalab, Maloon Rogue, Laddie Boeing, Dunder Mifflin, and Tenebris. And who's he bringing? He's bringing Thunderous, Miltank, Heatran, Gardevoir, Mandibuzz, and Excelgor. And I'm just going to be right off the bat. An issue that I honestly should have thought about. Kartana's walls were Garbodor and Mandibuzz. And I didn't really think about Mandibuzz whatsoever. I didn't really expect him to bring it whatsoever. No idea why. But Mandibuzz, I just didn't expect it to happen. But those literally on his team are the 2 walls against Kartana. And I should have thought about that. Because obviously I brought Darkinium Z. And I should have brought Steelium Z. Because at least Steel does hit Poison neutrally. So it would have hit Gardevoir neutrally. Just like Darkinium Z already does. Because honestly, that's all the Z move was necessary for. If I could set up a Swords Dance, that's all the Z move was necessary for, was breaking the walls, aka Mandibuzz and Garbodor, and I should have thought about that. But let's go ahead and let's get into this battle here. It's a pretty exciting one. So this is my first time doing the post-commentary. We got the Ultra Recon squad music just like the match before. But here's Coach Trxo. So he starts out Thornurse, and I start out Gliscor turn 1. Now here's the thing. I know HP Ice is obvious. I could not risk an Agility or Nasty Plot. I could not. Aromatisse would not be able to kill this thing. So, yep, I died to Hidden Power turn 1. And so it's like, crap. I have a feeling he's not a setup mon. Who knows? But I literally could not risk setting up. So I went with the Stone Edge in case he tried to set up, he would kill. We go into Tenebris, knowing we can pressure this thing out immediately because we can OHKO this thing. And I expect something like him going into Excelgor or something. So he goes into Heatran, and we get a Calm Mind off. I didn't run Calm Mind and said nice spot because we can live some hits. So then I know I'm going to be able to hit this pretty hard with the Dark Pulse. That is one Wally Heatran. That is one Wally Heatran. And it has Toxic. And this very next turn, we find out it is a Toxic Stall Heatran. Freaking annoying. So obviously this thing is super bulky because we are a special heavy team. So it only makes sense. Super bulky team. It's a Toxic Stall. He goes into Miltank here. And we just obliterate this thing with the Dark Pulse. Tenebris just freaking annihilates this thing. And obviously Toxic and Life Orb is whittling us down, which is a huge problem. So we're going to go ahead. He sacks off his Miltank at this point. We get a Thunderbolt just in case to switch into something like, what did he have? Mandibuzz to resist the Dark Pulse. But now we're down 20 HP here, and he brings out Excelgor. Obviously, I feel like this thing is still important, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out into Aromatisse, who can wall Excelgor, as long as it doesn't have some sort of hidden power, but because I'm expecting this thing to be Specs. The damage output on this is Specs damage. So we know this thing is Specs. He's going to have to switch out. We completely eat the Bug Buzz. He does switch out as I expected, and he goes into Thunderous, which is not a problem. We get off our Heal Bell and get rid of that poison on Darkrai, which is super nice, because obviously if I can go into Darkrai, I don't have to deal with that toxic damage as long as I can outspeed things like Gardevoir and such. He goes for the Flash Cannon. We eat that Flash Cannon, and we go for the Moonblast. Still don't know what set he is, because obviously Aromatisse is something that he might want to set up on. But we got the special attack drop, which is super clutch, causing him to have to switch out. And he goes into what? Gardevoir? Yeah, now here, Gardevoir, we go for the Wish, okay? So I know I can live one Hyper Voice. No. I go for the Wish, and I'm like, you know what? I can't live on Hyper Voice. So I'm like, let's go into Darkrai. If he wants to set up, we get the Wish on Darkrai. Otherwise, we're just going to have to sack off Darkrai. Because Aromatisse is still important to wall that Excelgor. Because Excelgor can obliterate our team other than Aromatisse. So yeah, we died a Hyper Voice. That's okay. I wasn't making an obvious Wish switch in. It was only if he decided to set up, because I still needed Aromatisse, and we would not be able to live one Hyper Voice. So we go into Kartana here. We know we can pressure out with the Smart Strike no matter what. It Okos no matter the set. And so we get up our Swords Dance. You know, as we know, I am the Timid set. So that does whittle down our damage output a little bit. But we get the Swords Dance off. But here's the Mana Buzz. Look at what the Smart Strike does. Darkinium Z is even worse. And he's Rocky Helmet. And he's a attacker. So he's a super bulky, physically bulky Mana Buzz. Plus, he has Rocky Helmet and such, and he gets the Roost. And he's more a physical attacker. He does have max attack at this point, I realize this. So I'm like, crap, I still need a Kartana. Let's go ahead and switch out. Now, he's a Roost set. I don't have many things that can hit this hard except for Aromatisse. So we go into Aromatisse here. I believe he roosts up once again. Super annoying. But that's okay. He then goes into, I'm expecting a switch into Heatran, trying to take the Moonblast easily. He goes into Gardevoir, so I do have HP Ground. I go for the HP Ground. Obviously, it won't do much to Gardevoir. Again, I do not, I believe, I can live one Hyper Voice at this point, right? Yeah, and so he goes for Hidden Power. It's Hidden Power Dragon because he misgened. He misgened on 2 Pokemon, Excelgor and Gardevoir. He misgened and meant to do some other sort of HP. But we eat the Hyper Voice with Moonblast and we get our Wish back, which is super nice. At this point, again, I still need my Aromatisse. I believe I let him hit me one more time, and then I go with the Moonblast, just in case there's a special attack drop or a crit, and the crit doesn't kill, which is super unfortunate. So then we have to switch out, because I still need Aromatisse for a Excelgor at this point. So we go ahead and go into Galvantula, who does have the Sash. So I knew I could live a hit no matter what. We live on 2. This man thought I just lived on Sash anyways, which is super dumb. It's like, pay attention to the item, but it's like, gosh darn it. He thought I was Sash anyways, which sucks. So we go for the Hidden Power just in case he switches out. But then he goes into Excelgor. At this point, I have to go back into Aromatisse to live a hit from this thing. And this is where he goes for Hidden Power once again. And again, I knew he was Specs, so I knew he had to switch out at this point. Now, at this point, I think I do a double switch here. I believe I do a double switch. I knew he's going to switch into Heatran to take the Moonblast now, because he doesn't have Gardevoir anymore. So, I go into Latios, because I have HP Ground. I do have HP Ground. At this point, I'm like, shoot, HP Ground to kill. I know this thing is bulky, but an HP Ground, it's below half. It will kill, right? So then we Mega Evolve, and we go for the HP Ground. But at this point, get ready for this saltiness. It lives on 1, and it allows it to get the Toxic off. That is instrumental to the game right there. Super instrumental to the game. He protects, he's Toxic stalling me, obviously, and he's then just going to go ahead and knock out Heatran here. That poison was instrumental to the game. Living on 1, ridiculous. That is the lowest roll I could possibly get. Lowest roll possible. So then he goes into Excelgor. Obviously going to have to pressure. I'm going to have to switch out into Aromatisse once again. Because Aromatisse, again, it walls this thing so well. I don't care if it's an obvious switch in. He's Choice Specs. He can't do much to us. So he goes for the Bug Buzz as I expected because he cannot risk Latios staying in and killing. So we get our leftover recovery, which is going to be super clutch there. He goes for Bug Buzz again. We live. We go for a Moonblast, and once again, we get a special attack drop, which is instrumental because now I know I can live another Bug Buzz. Because of leftover recovery, I can live another one. We live on 4 HP, and we kill with Moonblast. We get rid of our scary threat because this thing outsped the entire team because it has like a 147 base speed or 145, 141, something like that. We're an auctioneer right now. But obviously, he goes into Thundurus here. Or Mana Buzz, sorry. I believe I just sacked this thing off. Yeah, just in case, yeah. So we sack this thing off. We now go into, at this point, we go into Galvantula. So I'm like, Galvantula, all right, pressure's out with an electric move. But, Volt Absorb, Thundurus gets Volt Absorb. So I'm like, you know what? Thundurus is probably a switch in here. So let's go ahead and HP Ice to get some damage off on this thing. So we go ahead and HP Ice. Now, I forgot about level 50s, and because of level 50 EVs and such, I end up speed tying with this thing, and I didn't realize this until after I gen the team. So I'm like, crap, did he just outspeed me no matter what? No, he's Scarf. So I literally was afraid of him setting up against that Gliscor for absolutely no reason. But I could not risk it. I couldn't risk it. So we go into Latios here, because we know we can live one Dark Pulse. So he goes into Mana Buzz here, which is the problem. Because this is a stally set. Let's see how much this Dragon Pulse does. We could have stalled this thing out. We could have stalled this thing out. But because of our poison, we are going to lose here. Because of that poison. We would have been able to roost and recover, stall this thing out, and eventually beat this thing. But because of that Heatran living on 1, we are going to lose here, which is super unfortunate. And we lose 2-0 here, which sucks. I go into Kartana here, not that it's going to make a difference. I was hoping just maybe for, I get the Swords Dance off because I know I'm going to live a hit. I have the possibility of living a hit and all that, and hopefully Smart Strike crits or something. But it didn't. I wish I ran Steelium Z for Kartana, because at least would have hit Garbodor and Mana Buzz neutrally. So much better. But obviously, if I had run an Adamant set, I would have completely obliterated this Mana Buzz. But because I didn't, because I was the Timid set, I did not put enough damage output, plus the Swords Dance there. Granted, I think the Swords Dance damage output would have been better than a regular Adamant set. So that's unfortunate. I'm pretty sure. Not entirely sure but again, we died to Roostall here. We end up dying to the Toxic from Heatran. And same deal with this. Maybe I couldn't risk Heal Belling with Aromatisse because Excelgor would have obliterated me anyways. I needed Aromatisse to get I was actually playing for the special attack drop, not gonna lie. But GG to Trxo. We are now 0-1 in the PGL, which is not a problem. We're gonna be facing Coach Ayuku, and the Blackthorn Fragadiers for week 2. Trxo's link is going to be in the description below, and all the other coaches will be as well. Again, definitely go check out the team builder. Again, sorry about the post-com. I enjoyed doing this post-com. I talked so much. I'm not going to lie. I talked a lot. But funny enough, this match went down to the wire. I did not realize this, but apparently this was down to like a 9-minute timer. And I'm like, holy crap. Again, this was like a 40-minute to 50-minute video anyways, the live commentary. But it sucks. We lose our first week. Again, that whole Gliscor turn 1 was really unfortunate, but I could not risk him setting up on me. Because if he set up Agility, he could put some work on this team. Even if he set up a nasty plot, he could put some work in this team. Because Galvantio would not have been able to OHKO it with HP Ice. Aromatisse, yes, could live a hit, but then Moonblast was not going to be able to kill. Obviously, if it wasn't Scarf, Tenebris could OHKO this thing. But if he set up an Agility, here's the thing though, and I should have thought about this. Even if he sets up an Agility, he cannot kill Darkrai. I should have switched into Darkrai and then been able to pressure this thing out immediately. That's really unfortunate if I think about it now. Because if he nasty plots and I switch into Darkrai, Darkrai will outspeed no matter what. Because obviously he wouldn't be Scarf if he's running nasty plot. And if he Agility'd, we still go into Darkrai because it can't take me out, and I can OHKO that thing, because I believe I did have T-Bolt, if I'm not mistaken. Because I had T-Bolt, Spatial Ren, and Dark Pulse, if I'm not mistaken, and Calm Mind. So we could have definitely just forced that thing out immediately, which really, really, really unfortunate. It really sucks. I really should have thought of that. I don't know why. I thought for some reason I'm thinking, oh crap, if he sets up, I lose there. I lose turn 1 if he sets up. So I'm like, okay, I have to let this thing sack off because I can Stone Edge if he does decide to set up. And of course, again, I'm literally going. HP Ice is so obvious. I know he's going to HP Ice, but I cannot risk it. And again, he HP Ice. I should have thought about that turn a little bit more, and I'll have to think about it more. I need to take less time on calcs and such. That's my issue. I just need to know what I'm going to do and go with it. I need to know what's going to hit hard, how I'm going to multiple turns ahead, and all that jazz. But make sure to smash that like button, sub if you're new, guys, and I will catch y'all later.